Okay.
I rewatched the Canelo versus Kovalev fight the other day. All right.
Come on, talk
And I
it.
know what you're gonna say, and we were both speaking along the same length, yeah.
Talk on it.
Okay, so I saw in the fight with Yard and Kovalev, right, that the left hook was part of the game plan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What was Canelo doing?
Let me tell you something, brother. This is what I'm trying to say. You can't tell Tunde Ajayi nothing. Haters have no part in my life. I don't care what negative people have to say. I said something on my Insta story today. If you entertain negativity, you become negative. I'm going to say it again. If you entertain negativity, you become negative. I already know what we done was spectacular, regardless of the end outcome of the fight, because they took that blueprint and used it to their ability, to their best advantage. Not only that, let's get it right. That fight, Kovalev was doing bits in that fight. And it took a man with 50 fights, been a pro since he was 15 or some crazy age
15.
like that.
You turned pro in Mexico, 15. You're right.
15 to stop an elite champion. A man who fought Floyd Mayweather at 21. So what was the game plan? Obviously, we done something right. Because to this day, nobody has landed more punches on Kovalev than Anthony Yarde. Not one fighter. Andre Ward didn't. Go check the record. Go check that, what they call it, brother, conky box.
Yeah.
Go check the conky box.
Yeah.
Go check the conky box. AY landed the most punches. So we did, but again, experience does mean something. And he used that. He was able to recover from that 8th round. But we
Do you
were
think,
right.
Tunde, do you think if we had a bit of a role reversal here, right? If Kovalev fought Canelo, let's just say hypothetically he fought Canelo and he pulled off a surprise win and beat Canelo, and Anthony Yarde fought him second.
Yes.
What do you think the outcome would have been? Do you think it would have been similar to Canelo's?
We would have stopped him. And I'll tell you why we would have stopped him as well. People are not taking into account. If that fight was in the UK, we would have stopped him. People, again, what I was saying before you started recording, people are not taking into consideration the energy factor. There is a reason why Floyd never went over and defended his title or fought for a title in these countries. Why Canelo ain't coming out of his safe hold and fighting. That's why you got to respect people like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford who came over. But I want you to understand about that country, what they call Russia. These are mind masters. And little Tunde and little AY went to Russia with 12 amateur fights. Me as an unknown coach to some. Let me just say that. To some. You guys are those who know what's going on,
Yeah.
And we almost done the impossible. Shocked that we almost done something that if it had happened, if the powers that be, if that God, if that infinite intelligence, if that Jesus, that Allah, if that Buddha, whatever you want to call him, had allowed that to happen, we wouldn't even have a story. You couldn't even say nothing. But we came that close. What we done was incredible. And we laid the blueprint for Canelo. I don't care what anyone tells me. And Canelo wasn't doing that good in that fight. There wasn't, up until that point, there weren't no rocky moments where, Kovalev's nearly done. Oh, get him. There weren't no points where Buddy was saying, you know what? Buddy was saying to Kovalev, if you take another round like that, I'm going to pull you out of the fight. That weren't happening. So I ain't got no qualms about what we did and what AY done, specifically in Russia. It was a great fight. The experience was gained, as the big man Bo was saying. He's an experienced type of guy, and you couldn't buy the experience we had in Russia so early in AY's career because we just started. And you know, the mark of a man is how he overcomes difficulty. You know, and that fight and what AY has gone through after that fight, this is character building, and it's only gonna make him a lot stronger. And I'm looking forward to the future, brother.
Hey Tunde, I got a question. I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you think that because I heard you say in one of the interviews you had that you guys didn't do a lot of sparring.
Yeah.
Do you think that not doing a lot of sparring somehow might have hindered Anthony Yarde from a conditional standpoint? Because you know, some sparring, when you spar, it can make you like, you know, push yourself a little harder versus hitting the bag and working out because you got another live body going against you. Do you think that kind of played into Yarde getting tired in those last moments of the fight? Or was it just a situation, like you said, it was just experience?
Let me ask you, you just made some key points there. The people that may have that thought, have they ever seen me and AY work out? If you can, Pro Beez has come and watched me and AY work out. He has to put his camera down because he's tired watching us train. and me and AY, it's not bad work. It's the pad work. It's what I created. It's the system I created. There is a cause for everything. And there's a reason why we got to that level so quickly. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason why I've not once, but twice taken kids from nothing to the world stage. And I say that because a lot of people don't know that I took a young kid from the scratch, also with 12 amateur fights, who was about to make his debut on the undercard of Floyd Mayweather, Marcus Maidana 2. And unfortunately, you know, same thing, same system, busting up people in Floyd's gym. Floyd was actually going to sign a kid from New York. And, you know, I saw that as an opportunity for us to get in the door. And we gave him that work. We broke him up. Little or two broke him up. And finally, after 3 years of going to Vegas back and forth and making ourselves known, Floyd said, yeah, I see what's going on. You know, and we were supposed to make his debut. He failed a brain scan. Everyone knows about the story. And that's when I was going to leave the sport of boxing. Mm-hmm. AY was there. He was out of 16 fighters. He was the only fighter that came out to Vegas to support Otu. And then obviously we're there. I was crying my eyes out in the hotel because, you know, I want it for these young kids. You know, I want them to fulfill their dreams because them fulfilling their dreams, I fulfill my dream. You get what I'm saying? Of taking them, of helping them get there. So that was that. But within 3 years, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. But people there knocking my training regime. Within 3 years, a man from London who created his system of boxing got another fighter, AY, to the top of the mountain. You got people who ain't even boxed out of their area criticizing a man and his system that has made it to the top of the mountain, who came up short against the elite fighter. An elite fighter, probably arguably the best light heavyweight of the previous 5, 6, 7 years. All the sparring in the world never helped Bernard Hopkins against Kovalev. He got broke up.
Tunde.
Wait, man. All the sparring in the world never helped Nathan Covely against Kovalev. He got bashed up. And the list goes on and on. What happened is the energy, the event. We had the great Roy Jones Jr. rapping at the weigh-in. Do you know what that means for two people that have come from the ground with no support other than the belief and the faith? Anthony's doing a ring walk. His legs are shaking. Bro, Roy Jones is winking to him as he's coming out. Do you know what that means? This is what I'm trying to say, brother. And so it wasn't the preparation or the ill preparation. And the sparring conversation is so much nonsense that I just played along with it. Come on, Bo. You're a boxing man. You are a boxing.
Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta ask
Come on, Bo. Listen. And it's like I keep saying, you know me, I turn negatives into positives. I'm like, if you really believe that we never sparred or that we done lack of sparring and we got to that level of the sport, then I think 98% of the people need to do what we done. Because you ain't never going to touch that level of the sport. All these criticisms, you ain't never been there. Because only 2%, if less, ever get to that level of the sport. Billy Joe Saunders, despite being an Olympian, despite being a British, Commonwealth, European champion, has still not got an elite fighter on his resume, win or lose.
That's very true.
Win or lose. So what the hell are these people talking about? Pro Beez and Bo. We've done something that 98%. Listen, man, most people ain't gonna earn 10 quid or $10 from boxing. I made a youth from the ends a millionaire before me. I made AY a millionaire before I was a millionaire. So I don't care about these negative people. I don't care about what
you're getting them M's. Anthony getting them M's. He's getting them M's.
Bruv, I don't
all right.
I don't care about what people saying. AY is a global ambassador signing a multi-million-pound deal with Adidas. I don't care what people say. And if they believe that we've got to that level without sparring and doing that has made AY and put AY in the position he is, then I'm going to keep not sparring. I'm going to keep not sparring. I'm not going to spar ever. I'm not going to spar ever. Because
so Tunde,
go on.
Talk to me about, obviously, the fight with Lyndon Arthur. I did an interview with Lyndon Arthur only like a week ago. Okay. He's very, very respectful of Anthony Yarde, etc., etc.
Yes.
Obviously, he's the Commonwealth champion. A lot of people are saying that the idea behind this fight is to kind of build up again from the domestic kind of scene and eventually go back to the world scene in good times. Was that the whole idea?
No. No, sir. I don't do things for people. AY don't do things for people. It's never about what it looks like on the outside for us. It's about, listen, we don't need to fight Lyndon Arthur. And he has to be respectful. Because if he's disrespectful, the fight ain't happening. Because like Bo said, I'm in control of this. AY's in control of this. We do what we want to do. We're giving him the opportunity. How many people have tried to be disrespectful in the UK? I'm talking about now, not in the world. Sullivan Barrera was running up his mouth, and what he wasn't telling everyone is that he can't even get into England because he's got a criminal record. So I don't even know why he was calling for a fight, because you can't even.
Hold on now. That's my Cuban brother.
But I'm just trying to say he couldn't get into the UK.
I know, right? I got it.
Like, why are you talking? And you know us, Bo. We don't disrespect anyone, regardless of where you come from. That's just not what me and AY are about. But the point is that the fight with Lyndon Arthur, they come to us. I'm like, bro, does this guy really want that smoke? Bro, he could just, bro, why are you calling out us for? You're talking about us being unified and everything like that, you know, black power and everything like that. So why you want to call up? Why aren't you calling out Hosea Burton, Mr. Arthur? Why aren't you calling out Callum Johnson, Mr. Arthur? Why you wanna come and derail a fighter and a person that's building up this thing, that's giving people that look like us the eyes to say, yeah, they done it, so why can't we do it? Why you coming to fight us? I'm like, all right, boom, say nothing. If you really want that smoke, firstly, give us the money. Because I know he ain't getting what we're getting. You understand? And if he was clever, if he really believed in his talent, if he really believed in his talent, he wouldn't have fought us right now. He would have built the fight up. Remember, it's just like the Boatsi fight. Now you want to put AY's name in the conversation. But anyway, they know I haven't been talking about it. I haven't even given that air. So now I hear them talking about Callum and Boatsi, which is good. Yeah, that's good.
Cracking fight. That'll be a cracking fight.
Let them fight. Because, you know, I never felt for the trick. Because Eddie, my good friend Eddie Hearn, brilliant fella, good promoter. Remember, this is what I say, bro. You got to mind what comes out your mouth. He said it after one of JB's fights. He said, I will pay any amount of money to see JB and AY. Well, guess what, Eddie? You're going to pay any amount of money. You're going to pay any amount of money. And you're going to pay, that fight ain't less than 4 million. I'm telling you for fact. Maybe I shouldn't even have said that. Because we might can get more. We might can get more. But that's the playing part that we're in. We're not taking that less. And we want a piece of the pay-per-view. You get what I'm saying?
So do you feel like, obviously, look, everything's been on a pause for a little while now.
Yes.
Eddie Hearn said it. I think Frank Warren's kind of said the same thing, that we need to get these big fights popping straight away to captivate the sport once again.
But how are you going to captivate the sport if it's behind closed doors?
And that's another question I was going to ask you earlier. I know yourself and Andy, you talk about vibrations. It's very much lions in the camp mentality. It's very much that energy.
Exactly.
How do you draw that from an empty stadium or empty arena?
And then what's going to happen now? You're going to tell us that we're going to have to take a pay cut. But hold on. But you lot are still rolling up in Rolls Royces. you lot don't look like you're taking a pay cut. So, bro, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, I'm just a different kind of guy. When you come with a tool, you better come. So again, Lyndon Arthur, I kind of know how much he's getting. But what I'm saying is, he should have just relaxed. He should have relaxed himself. He didn't need to come to us. He could have had a couple of defenses of his Commonwealth, gain that much more experience, and then maybe get the big fight. But you're coming up to the big boy league without even, bro. He nearly got stopped by the Ghanaian boy on 2 occasions, and he was looking out of the ring to whoever, maybe his girl, to save him. And I'm saying that if that was AY in that position, which is gonna happen, you're gonna know what time it is, and then you're gonna have to rebuild. But I feel that they should have just gone a different direction. That's what I feel. So there can't be no disrespect because all of us are coming from the same environment. You understand? All of us come up on the roads. We got friends. We got friends who are footballers, rappers. So, you know, the experience is the same. I just feel that they didn't need to take that fight right now for Lyndon. See? Because what they've done is that they've listened to kind of like the same people that said that we didn't spar. You understand? Mm-hmm. And taken that and based their decisions on that, thinking that, yeah, you know, AY is not that good. You know, who's he fool? Well, they can't really say that now, but you know, that's what everyone was saying before. And now that's not smart. What you done is not smart. And he's gonna find out. He's gonna find out. Again, listen, you know, Bo knows when you get to a certain level, it's business. Are we gonna fight behind closed doors for peanuts? No, sir. Because it's the same fight. It's the same fight. Is Canelo's contract now gonna change because of this epidemic? Is AJ gonna fight behind closed doors for reduced money? Well, that's what I'm trying to say. So the fight might not even happen.
Well, let me ask you this then: Are you okay with fighters saying that, hey, I'll sit out, right, until we get to the point? If it's a year, I'll sit out a year until we get to a point where we can have audiences outside of the money, right? We all watch this sport of boxing.
Yeah.
What majority of the time, what gets things going is those fans. You can take a fighter, he's back there in that room, okay? He's calm, he's cool. Now, I understand fighters have said this, and me being a former fighter, Tunde, you've been in the gym. Pro Beez,
Yes.
you've been in the gym. Yeah,
Yes.
we don't have an audience when we're in there sparring and moving around. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between me sparring and that feeling I got in my gut from a huge big fight challenge.
Yes.
Like this
yes.
is my moment. This is get a break it, right? Most of the time, what gets the fighter going is that crowd.
It's the orders, exactly. Because it's the energy and it's the vibration.
Most of the time, it's the I can tell you, I have personally seen. Let's take Kovalev and Anthony Yarde. Kovalev, does he really get out that round he was in trouble in if he wasn't in his hometown with the people behind him like that?
That's what I'm saying. And his mum was doing some magic, waving her hands around. Kovalev's mum was doing some magic. Bro, I'm telling you, these things matter. These things matter. When you got that energy and that vibration, bro, we're spiritual beings. Whether you like it or not, we're spiritual beings. That's why we can feel when our children, something's up. We can feel it. And that energy is real. And it takes time. If it isn't your biological blood family, you can have that same thing when you're in a close relationship with someone for a long time. You see? And being in his hometown with all these people and everything like that means something. Having an audience around means something. Again, hence why fights like that might better a Linden than it does a AY, even though it will be the same outcome. But I can see how we can look at that because an AY experience is different. It's different than fighting with nobody there, with just your trainer, the officials. It's like a sparring match. How many fighters are fantastic in the gym and on fight night? It's a different game.
So what you're saying, Tunde, is no behind closed doors fights for Anthony.
Listen, everything is subject to the pound note or the dollar. Everything is subject to the pound note and the dollar. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm not even lying, bro. People keep on talking about, yeah. I love the game. I love the game. We'll pay your rent on love. Tina Turner said it. What was Tina Turner's song? What was that song?
Oh God!
I put you lot on the spot. Come on, what was Tina Turner's song?
What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it?
Love got to do with it. Money. Let's not get it twisted. It's the risk. The reward has to be greater than the risk. If that's what you're saying, if you're telling us to take a risk, then Bob, you got to pay. Didn't Ryan Garcia have the same thing? There was a fight where he pulled out. He said, "Bro, if you don't pay me what I feel I deserve, I'm not fighting." And the promoter had to come up with the money. So
Tunde, I've seen stories about Frank Warren going to do some behind closed doors shows. Yes. Has Frank Warren approached Anthony Yarde to participate in any of these shows?
No, not Anthony. Yeah, Anthony's a different kettle of fish. Remember, Anthony's just lost his father and his grandmother to COVID. So we ain't even thinking about no fights right now. It's more, everything is mental. I keep saying this. Everything is mental. It's when Anthony is ready. You know, we ain't started about training yet. You know, nobody knows how Anthony feels apart from Anthony. And I don't even think you can pay Anthony enough money to make him do something that he doesn't want to do. You understand? Anthony won't do it if he don't want. So there hasn't even been a conversation about Anthony fighting because it's such a sensitive thing.